Hello preppers and homesteaders. I'm going to talk about prioritizing tasks on your homestead and what works for us. I'd be kind of interested to hear what works for everybody else too. The big ones are usage on the property. How often are we going to use this? Money. Do we have the money for this project? Time. Can I do it myself? A lot of things that I will sometimes hire out somebody to do something that it will cost me more time, more energy, and it won't be done right than just pay and have it done correctly the first time. Money is the big thing. Money is tight now. In general, it's always tight. Sorry, I'm really tired. I was working all day on different projects and I was starting to think about how it's almost like in the medical field, they call it like triage. Somebody has a paper cut, they go over there. Somebody has a gunshot wound, they go over there. That's vital. Kind of the same thing with the property. Is this project needed right away because there's an infrastructure problem and it's going to cause great damage to the property and be an expensive fix later? Then that gets pushed ahead to the priority list. Is there a potential that, we just had some trees removed. I'll show you right now, hold on. I'm a little lazy today. Okay, big change up here. So the front of the property, we removed about 8 trees. And I've been chopping wood and stacking wood, and there's tons of wood that I still need to get to. And then if you look over there, a humongous 5-foot tall pile of wood chips. One of the reasons we wanted to get these trees out of here, for one thing, you can see these piles of leaves and debris. It's kind of a fire hazard. We're slowly going to get rid of all the trees around the house, make a fire break. And the other reason was this was in the original plan for the solar. So in the summertime, these trees were blocking the sun until about 11 o'clock, noon in the day, blocking a lot of the sun hitting the solar panels. And our solar installer recommended we get rid of these. We did get rid of this tree right here and some others that were in immediate danger of falling on the solar panel. And same thing with these trees right there, potential in a storm that they could fall and land on that building. I know how to cut trees down. Why didn't I cut these down? For one thing, if I made a mistake, it would have landed on the building. And the tree guy we've used him in the past. He's got a boom truck, he's insured, as a professional. He can come here and do what would take me weeks, he could do in, a few hours. And the other advantage, I have a chipper on the back of the tractor, a PTO wood chipper. And it would have, from the last time he was here, I told him I would chip it myself to save a little money. I was still chipping that wood. A small PTO chipper on the back of a tractor is nothing compared to a professional unit. I added the wood that I couldn't finish from last time to the pile and they chipped it in like minutes. He had an attachment for the skid steer, loaded it up on there, did it all done. And I just told him to leave everything in a pile so I could split it up for the wood stove. And he was good with that. And I told him 3 inches or bigger, leave. Anything smaller he can chip. He said he could chip 12 inches, where my personal chipper could do like 3 inches maybe. And my theory is anything 3 inches or bigger I'm going to burn in the wood stove. It's got some value to it. So that's one of those projects. We have probably 40, 50 trees we want to remove. And probably more than half of those are really close to the house. And we're kind of strategizing them and moving them slowly. So last year we did 3 trees. This year, at the beginning of the year, we did 8 trees. Next year, we will do some more trees. We don't want to rush into it too at some of these projects. So that was one of the ones there. I want to show you this other project. Okay. You all know the blue building, still working on that, waiting on knotty pine. I will show you I'm gonna do a video on the whole thing, but I will show you what I've got done just to show you that, so you don't think I'm that lazy. It is all insulated in here. The wiring is all done. Got the electric box, mini splits up there. It's Cricket. It was installed that way. I'm probably gonna try to fix it. I just need to get some knotty pine, which I already made an inquiry about with the mill. I gotta see when I'm gonna get it delivered. It's probably gonna be here in a week or two, maybe. That'll be that project. But that's not the project I wanna talk about. One of the things when it gets cold, you've seen, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, the video I had where the mice chewed my wires. We don't have mice in the house, but that's not stopping them from trying to get in. So I found a problem, and one of the other things with prioritizing projects is having the right materials on hand. Kind of like this building. I don't have the knotty pine, so that project gets triaged off to the side until the material is here. And one of the other ones, I started this project yesterday. So if you can see over here on this side, we've got the rat guard. That is this right here, what they call a rat guard. It is angled metal, so mice can't get into these, and they can't get in behind. So now on this spot over here, I really hate doing this, but I got to do it for the sake of YouTube. So see the rat guard? I can stick my hand up in there. What they did was, there is the slab. They did this completely different than, this was an addition. They did foam board, and then the metal, and then the rat guard. So the mice can't get into here, but there's about a gap to about there, that there's just a space. And I went under there with the camera. You can see I've been digging this out all down here, all the way to over here. And this corner piece, I took this trim piece off. So the foam board, they did not tape it also. So I've been slowly peeling these panels off and taping the foam board, make it a little bit more energy efficient. And then off of Amazon, I ordered a 65-foot roll of steel wool. And I'm gonna pack steel wool down this whole base and then put rocks in the gravel back there. And I need to do it around this whole side. It's just this addition on the house. The rest of the house, the rat guard is done correctly. At one point or another, the previous owner put an addition, and it was done not as well as the rest of the house. Like I said, money, materials on hand. Let's go to the next one. You can hear me with the mic. Kind of interesting if you could over the engine noise how good these are. Maybe you're going to hear nothing. Maybe. Almost there. Now I'm going slow because I'm in low gear. Might not look it, but we're descending pretty good. And it gets a little worse right here. I know it doesn't look steep, but it is steep. Okay. One of the other projects I've been doing is clearing this trail. This trail is just purely for fun, recreation, to come down on the property. And I'll show you that right now. But those signs that I have, you know, beware of Bigfoot, you know, watch out for cliff. I want to put them on this spot right here, and I'll show you why. So I don't know how good you can see here, but this trail is an old logging road, and I've cleared out pretty much all the trees and stuff on it. It does drop off down here, and as you can see, it just goes down and down and down, and so it's pretty well cleared out. Now let's show you this. Just so you can see, there's the four-wheeler up there. You can kind of give you an idea how steep this is. We've only gone maybe not very far at all. So like I said, four-wheeler is up there, and this just keeps going down, 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 down. One of the reasons though I want to do this is just too many projects, too much work. You got to still have some fun. So why not make some trails on your property if you have the space? You know, we can't get to the park all the time. So sometimes it's kind of nice to have, you know, enjoy the park on your own property. You know, enjoy your homestead. And plus it gives you a good workout, because it might not look it, but this hill is pretty steep. And that spot right there where I parked the four-wheeler, I almost tipped the UTV over right there. It's a lot steeper than it looks. One of those things that I found one of the signs, but not all of the signs. And now I'm trying to remember what I even did with them, what box they're in. And I was gonna do a video on what I was using to pull the weeds out here. A lot of saplings and things like that. I don't know what it is, but I was out here today and I was pulling them by hand without even gloves on. Last year I couldn't do that, and I was gonna make a modification of our T-post puller and put a chain and a cinch chain on it so I could just use that leverage to pull them out. Ooh, check this out. I'm assuming deer rubs right there. And there's another one over there. We have lots of deer on the property. And here you go. Get you a better view of the trail. This goes down into a holler. Straight ahead, there's, when it rains, we got a waterfall over there. I mean, it is just quiet, peaceful, very steep. Like I said, you just can't see how steep this really is. But it's, sometimes when I get like this spot where I parked the four-wheeler, it's at a pretty good angle. And I always feel like sometimes I'm gonna hop on it and it's gonna tip over. That's how it feels. This camera does a good job of not making things seem so bad. So, but I'm gonna show you the last of the many projects and go from there. I'm probably gonna shut this off. Well, maybe we'll see. What's funny is in Wisconsin, UTVs, ATVs, never use the brakes. Here, you need to all the time. And I got it. And you got to use low gear all the time too. I still need to do the skirting on this. That's another one of those waiting on material. It's not about security, it's about weather. I double that door because of the weather. Had the door blow open once, so the double ones seem to work the best. And then in here, the hot mess. Hot mess, hot mess. So I've still got to rip out this wall. Got to get this insulation here to the dump. Get all this taken out, and get all this insulation taken out. Get this bathroom cleaned out. I do have the little YouTube studio right here, which is nice. But as you can see, I've got a lifetime supply of projects. And as the old saying goes, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you do homestead projects? One bite at a time. Based on money, time, material, can I do it? Is it cheaper in the long run to have somebody else do it? And whatnot. Hopefully this was helpful. I'd love to see how you all handle your projects, and maybe there's a better way. But until next time, thanks again. Bye. One of the biggest problems I have prioritizing projects is I can't find stuff. And I'm embarrassed almost to show you my workshop right now. I have just an absolute mess in here. Like, it is just an unbelievable mess. And I don't even want to bring the camera over here so you can see it, but I have everything I need. I just can't find it. And that is one of the things that needs to change. I need to get more organized in here. I have things just all over. One of the things I wanted to do, I just cleared out the trail behind the house that goes down to the creek, and I have a bunch of metal signs that are just, you know, for fun, just something to do just for fun for me, no benefit to the homestead besides recreation, and I can't find them. I was gonna just get my electric screw gun, take some screws, take some signs, you know, they just say danger, cliff, danger, you know, stay on trail, warning, Bigfoot, and fun things like that. I came in here and I'm like, I don't even know where they're at. I have no idea. I just have stuff everywhere. Chainsaw stuff, tire inflation stuff, organizing stuff, hoses, foam. I don't throw anything away. Just a mess. And this is actually, the camera right now is sitting on the UTV, which is right here. It's on the battery tender. The lawnmower's over there. Normally I squeeze the four-wheeler right in here. We've got this water tank right here, and you can't get rid of that, but it's just, and then I've got styrofoam that I've saved, don't know why, stuff hanging on the walls, cardboard down there. It's just never ending, never ending. And I am cutting firewood all day today, pulling things, did some electrical. I do some really easy ones just so I feel like I accomplished something. we had these new lights for the front of the house. Our lights at the front of the house, since we bought the place, one of them was broken, the glass was busted. I haven't fixed it. We've been here over a year. I fixed it today because I didn't finish all the firewood. I didn't finish my trail. I didn't finish a couple other things. So I was like, I got to finish one project. And yeah, so one of the big projects to help with future projects is organizing this room. Now that this building is insulated, now that that space over there is conditioned, I'm going to slowly do that. Till next time, bye. Big camera. I'm still waiting for the temperature in my water to be perfect. It's still warming up. I'm gonna end it there. Thanks. Like and subscribe. I gotta support this shirt because it was a gift. I love it. I do. So thanks again. Bye.